how did you kind of get into GTS wrestling? Because honestly, it kind of feels like it's like that. It's like YouTube professional wrestling. It's fun though. Like there's a lot of fun stuff to come from that place. I feel like.
Man, dude, it's crazy to think about, looking back. And when I first joined GTS, they were in the warehouse at the time, so the stigma, I guess, was gone at the time of being a backyard wrestling company, and it was more looked at as a YouTube show, like you just said,
Yeah.
which was awesome. And I had been fortunate enough to already get training through Big Al and Big Vin, so I already had professional wrestling training, not like years and years of experience, but about just under a year of experience, and knew a little bit what I was doing. And at the time, I was trying to develop this pizza, like the delivery boy persona, making my own little YouTube videos and Facebook lives and that kind of stuff, and just making a persona when I wasn't in a company yet, just trying to build something so that if I did go somewhere, I had something. Strangely enough, Dalton reached out to me, and he just noticed that I was local to him, and he didn't know who I was or anything. He just asked me, just basically what I was doing. He just saw that I was cutting promos and stuff, and just was like, hey, what are you up to? I see that you're local to me. And I saw that he was on GTS. And so I started talking to him and everything, and I asked him about possibly getting on GTS sometime, because I had tried emailing Grimm a long time ago, and I'm sure he gets 100,000 emails, so I didn't take it personally that he never saw mine. But yeah, I just asked him if he could possibly get me on the show, and he was like, "Well, I need a ride on Monday," and I was like, "Well, dude, I'm your ride." And I found out I lived 5 minutes from him, and I just picked him up. We got pulled over on the way and everything because I didn't even know where I was going. I was probably switching lane. I don't even remember, but it was just like he didn't even know the address, so he was trying to tell me direction. It was crazy. But anyway, regardless, we got there. Grimm was very welcoming, and I told him that I already had some training, so he had me get in the ring and show him what I knew. And I showed him that I had, a pizza box with me, and I had a character already, which helps a lot. When you go to Grimm, sometimes if you don't have anything to work with, he's just going to throw something on you. You know what I mean? Which is not a bad thing. It's just, it is what it is. When you're a YouTube show, sometimes you got to be Slender Man, or sometimes you got to be the Booger, or whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But regardless, I had something already. So he was like, all right, well, you're going to wrestle me for the Intercontinental Championship. And that was my first match ever, because I had just been training, and anything close to a match I'd ever had was only within training. So now we're filming this for this YouTube show. And I had asked, I talked to my trainer, I talked to Big Vin, and just told him, that I was going to be doing this, asked him if he had any advice. And he gave me great advice. He told me to just stick with what I knew, and not do anything I don't know. And if I'm not comfortable with something, be honest. And that's, advice that I could offer to anybody else just aspiring to do this. And it worked. I went out there. I did a lot of character work. I, did a couple bumps, and Grimm put me through a table. I was terrified. And, after that, it was just the rest is history, man. Just kept showing up.
Yeah, that is that's an awesome story, honestly, man.
Thank you.
It's been put through a table.